today we've got a list of things that we want to work on with this Ranger. But first thing on that list is we got to get it running. See, there's a big hole here where a battery ought to go. Battery in this truck has been bad for a while, and we've really been putting it off. Jumping it, trying to put it on a charger. It was just time to get a new battery for it. So what we've done is we pulled the battery out and swapped it out, and we've got a new one in the shop waiting to go in. But when we were taking the battery out, we realized that the old terminals had been damaged, and quite a lot. Let me bring you in here and I'll show you what we're talking about. So here we are in the battery bay for the Ford Ranger. What we've got here is we've got our positive and our negative terminal. As you can see, our negative terminal has had quite a creative splice put into it, where it looks like somebody has cut off the terminal for a different vehicle that has 3 wires coming into it, and then tied it in using this nut to the existing terminal. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and cut both of these terminals off and replace it with new lugs and terminals. So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do that. There's a couple of ways that we can go about doing this. In each of those ways, there's a couple of pieces you're gonna need every time. You're gonna need a replacement lug. What I've got here is a copper lug, and this is gonna replace what's here on the end of the wires, and it's going to tie into the other thing you're going to need, which is a terminal. I picked up this pair of black and red terminals to serve as the positive and negative terminals of my battery. It keeps them highly visible, lets me know what's what. But those are the 2 things you're absolutely going to need. After that, it kind of comes down to your preference. For instance, what we're gonna use today to get this lug on that wire is this hydraulic press. This hydraulic press is made for crimping lugs onto wires. It comes with different dies for the different gauge and size of lug you have. You can also do this in a vise. I've done that with the tractor. Just took the whole cable off, got it in my bench vise, and then cranked it down on the vise. And you can also do this with a manual press. You take your press, your crimper, and your hammer, and it'll help you crimp the lug onto the wire. But today, because we have the hydraulic crimper, we're going to use that. All right, with that, let's get these wires cut and get those lugs crimped on there. All right, so first things first, we're going to clip these 2 lugs off. I'm going to try to clip them off as close to the top as I can to give myself plenty of slack. Okay, that's lug number 1. Look at that. Doesn't that look hideous? So glad we're going to clean it. It's going to be so much cleaner when we're done. All right, and then lug number 2. All right, perfect. We're actually gonna cut this one back a little bit to make those 2 wires the same length. All right, great. So here on this side, I've got the negative and the ground. I'm gonna go ahead and strip that back. You've got a wire stripper. It's perfectly made for this job, but you can also just cut away the casing with your knife and then take the rest of that off. Now don't let these little strands get all tangled up. Keep them nice and bunched together. All right, we'll take the other one, same thing. On this side, pull back this loom. Might be easier just to cut this split loom off so you can get out of the way. There we go. So much more room for activities now. Once you got those all stripped up, you're gonna hold them together. I'm gonna put both of these in the same lug. That's how it was previously. Slide that lug over the top, give it a good twist. And now what I've done is I've taken my dies and I've put them inside my crimper. So I'm gonna slide this lug in there, hold it all together, and begin crimping. All right, so let's go ahead and crimp it all the way down. Let's get a good look at it. Oh yeah, that's wonderful. Now the second one. Same thing, get your lug on there. Wonderful. All right, both of those are crimped in there, nice and tight. I was a nincompoop, didn't check the size of my shrink wrap or put it on first. So the shrink wrap I got was actually too small. So for the time being, I'm just going to wrap the 2 wires that go into each lug in some electric tape to keep everything together and neat under the lug. And then later, I'll get some oversized shrink wrap and put it over the top so I can shrink wrap everything together. But for the time being, this will work just great. And I'm actually going to tape this up and then put that split loom back in place, and then put some tape on this split loom too. Excellent. All right, so now all we have to do, drop the battery in, put the new terminals on. So we're flipped around on the other side for the finishing final stretch. So what I've got here is I've got this terminal kit, and this terminal kit is universal. It's really easy to put together. I actually just put the same one on my tractor, and what it does is it comes with both a negative with the black and a positive terminal and these little terminal felt covers. So what I'm going to do first is put each of these in place, and it's a 13 millimeter nut on this side. So let's get this tightened down. All right, so that's tightened down. I'm going to put my ground in place. So take my new lug, put it over that bolt, to get my wing nut started, and then screw that all the way down. Great, cool. So that one's screwed in, and now all we did do is do the same thing on the other side. So put that in place. I'm gonna move that lug out of the way real quick. Cinch down this nut. Take off the bigger butterfly nut. Get that lug over the top. And once again, just get this thing started to thread and spin it all the way down. All right, cool. So we got both lugs in place. We got both terminals ground down. Let's go see if it starts up. All right, so everything's buttoned up in there, and we got the battery in place. The only thing left to do is to start it up and see how it goes. Now, before I do that, you might be wondering, why would I do something like this? Well, in my case, it's because the leads, the terminals, and the cables to the battery were very damaged. It was time to get those replaced. It was already causing starting issues, and once the battery went bad, I knew it was time for them to go. You might also do this if you're upgrading your cables. If you're going from a smaller gauge to a larger gauge, in the case of, say, the Big 3 upgrade, where you're increasing the gauge between your alternator, battery, and starter, you would do this as well. You would do the same process, just with new cables instead of reusing the old cables we left in there. With that said, like I said, everything's buttoned up, the battery's all connected. Let's see how this goes. That's a good sign. And it roars to life. All right, everything looks good. This thing's been sitting for 2 months, and it just starts right up with that new battery. All right, with that, it's all good. This truck is back in commission, and not a moment too soon. My oldest son is gonna need this again to start driving around and doing all the things he needs to do. Thanks so much for coming on this fix with us. If you have any questions about what I did, saw anything I did wrong, or just want to comment on what you did when you changed your battery terminals out, comment below. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking it. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of content about cars recently because a lot of our cars needed some work. So if you like watching videos about quick fixes on cars, definitely give us a subscribe for future videos. All right, with that, see y'all next time. Bye now. Get over here.
Hey, welcome back to.
You're still rolling. You want to say thanks for watching?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. All right, let's roll. Woo!